Yeah, against this right back, Charlie, definitely.
There's always just that active red line defending. I think it's like.
People deluded, I'm back again.
Come on, Ian, man. Come on. Like Ian Wright just said there, people deluded, I'm back again. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and in some cases, good night. Hope you're doing well and safe and you and your loved ones are in good health. Please do me a favor, smash the like button, comment any opinions you have, turn on your notifications, check out the videos, including the YouTube playlist. Make sure you're following on Twitter, Twitch, following on YouTube, doing all of them sort of things there, people. Now, obviously, let's see what's going on in relation to Arsenal and the latest news regarding our football club, people. First things first, that's good news. Gabriel Jesus to travel with Arsenal squad to Sporting Lisbon in huge boost to Arteta after 3 months out. Probably not going to start, probably not going to be in the squad, but where warm-ups and warm-downs and training are concerned, probably that. He's actually doing his driving lessons, people. I'm sure you lot have seen on YouTube. It's Jorginho bantering him. Allegedly, Gabriel Jesus is expected to travel to Portugal with the Arsenal squad for their Europa League clash with Sporting Lisbon. Now, there's hella rumours. Some saying he'll be back for Palace, some saying Sporting, some saying Leeds, some saying before the international break, some say after. Hopefully, when the doctors have signed him off, when Mikel Arteta thinks he's ready and he's ready to show prolonged fitness, it would be amazing and it would be a huge boost. He's missed double-figure Premier League games, and while we've done well, it's not quite the same without Gabriel Jesus. However, it's very unlikely the Brazilian striker will be involved as he continues his recovery with his comeback set for after the international break. As you know, he has not played for Arsenal since 2022, November the 12th, people, after, he suffered a knee injury at the World Cup, which relied on surgery. Obviously, Eddie Nketiah has done well, Trossard as well. There's issues around their fitness as well, so we're probably down to our bare minimum. The Sun Sports understands Jesus' progress means he will be likely to fly out to Lisbon on Wednesday to take the next step in his rehab. Arteta will not take any risks with Jesus in the last 16 first leg away to Sporting, instead using this as a chance to reintegrate his star striker in further training sessions. It's also unlikely Jesus will be in the matchday squad to face Fulham at Craven Cottage on Sunday, people. Shout out the star boy, people. As you lot can see, 1v1 situations, him as Martinelli, star boys, better yet, finished first and second currently in the Premier League out of 5 players, really. Our star boy just keeps on, our star boys, better yet, we're spoiled for choice. Some clubs have none. Some man spent 100 million on someone that just spins around like a Beyblade and they lost 7-0 in that. Kieran Tierney open to Newcastle, transferred mid-Arsenal struggle. Scottish left-back eyeing summer Tyneside switch if he can't dislodge Zinchenko from Arsenal lineup. Kieran Tierney is tempted by a move to Newcastle this summer if he continues to struggle for game time at Arsenal. The left-back has fallen behind Zinchenko in the pecking order at the Emirates Stadium and has started just 4 Premier League games this season. Newcastle have been alerted to a situation and it's understood Tierney would consider an offer from the Magpies if they were to firm up their interest. Arsenal are in a strong position with the Scot though, as he still has 3 years left to run on his contract. The Gunners have not yet decided if they would sanction the departure of Tierney, but if he leaves, they would want more than the 25 million they paid to sign him from Celtic in 2019. Leicester were interested in signing a 25-year-old in January, as Brendan Rodgers is a big admirer of Tierney after working with him at Celtic, but Arsenal ruled out a mid-season exit for the left-back, and he was also happy to stay to help the team fight to win the Premier League, people. So we'll have to see what's going on with Kieran Tierney in that regards, people. Tierney, once again, is tempted, allegedly. Moses Caicedo signed a new deal, apparently 60 grand a week now at Brighton. Fabrizio Romano has said he signed a new deal a few days ago, and he's a really important one for Brighton because they can become stronger in negotiations. The expectation is for big clubs to be back again in the summer, so things will happen again. Arsenal, Liverpool, Man United, and Chelsea have all been credited with interest, and probably a couple of teams from abroad. Nothing directly with Sane and Gnabry, but allegedly, somebody has said Gnabry is one of the biggest disappointments at Bayern for me, alongside with Leroy Sane. I would cut them both from the squad completely. I would send a clear signal on Wednesday. You can't use them. Their most recent performance was an absolute impotence. I can't say that word, but yeah, he would rather open a hair salon because he has different styles every week. First the mop, then the ponytail again. Wednesday probably dreadlocks. I mean, your hair has nothing to do with your performance, but for what it's worth, I'd prefer to bring Gnabry back home than Leroy Sane. But if it continues at Bayern Munich, hopefully they're available and we can do something, people. One player who plays in the same position as Sane and Gnabry out wide, as well as other roles, could be leaving Bayern Leverkusen. We've heard we're interested in signing Bayern Leverkusen winger Moussa Diaby, which, you know, it could be a good option to mix around with Saka. I wouldn't mind Kulusevski if he goes back to Juventus, you know, join the right North London club. But apparently Bayern Leverkusen, apologies, are now entertaining the idea of selling Moussa Diaby this summer. Apparently he wants to go back to PSG, says some reports. Moussa Diaby is the hottest personnel at Bayern Leverkusen next to Florian Wirtz, where it's not going to be Hudson-Odoi. His contract is worth 50 million euros until 2025, so there's no reason for Bayern Leverkusen to sell him in the coming summer. But the fact is, and this is what we hear, that if a fantastic offer comes in, then Bayern Leverkusen is ready to talk, and he wouldn't mind making a move to a top European club. A return to Paris is on his mind, people. I mean, for the money they'll want, he's a great player, but we've got Bukayo Saka, and he seems, this guy, a bit like Rafinha, seems like he can only excel really off the right-hand side, even though he's shown he can play in a bunch of roles. I think we're leaving Moussa Diaby alone, but it is what it is. Us, Chelsea, have been linked with potentially signing Wilfried Zaha on a free transfer, and reportedly he wants to stay in London amid reports that Arsenal are interested in signing him with Chelsea in the mix. He's on 130k a week. He probably would get a decent top-up. I'm not necessarily for it. I'm not against it. We've got some experienced players that don't necessarily harm the pathway of emerging talents or recruits in the summer or beyond that. Xhaka, Jorginho, indirectly Trossard, who's 28, to be fair. So I can see the reasons behind Premier League proven served us well. It makes sense to bring Zaha. I just feel this boat has kind of gone for Wilf Zaha, but we've been linked with him. A bunch of other clubs are going to be linked with him, and we all know him quite well. Kyrgios said it. Him by 2 or 3 goals, I'd get a chance. However, I'm waiting patiently. Everyone would like to play. When you look at all of Arsenal, they have a very strong squad for the Premier League. They want to play young players. They're not afraid to bet on them. I took that into account when I came here. You'll get your opportunity. Make sure you take it. Apparently, Mikel Arteta has requested the signing of Aston Villa striker Ollie Watkins. The 27-year-old has been in impressive form for Villa this season, scoring 8 goals and getting 4 assists in 24 appearances so far, including one against us, people. He's an Arsenal fan as well. I'm not too sure what Villa would ask, but if they want Tierney and Arteta wants Watkins, maybe there's a workaround in that regard. Fabrizio Romano claims many clubs battling Arsenal for red-hot winger who can't be stopped. Manuel Solomon is doing quite well for Fulham off the bench. He's apparently on loan from Shakhtar Donetsk. We've wanted him when he was at Shakhtar Donetsk. Allegedly, Tottenham, Arsenal and Barcelona are all on the radar of the player, really and truly. He's 23, so he ties in with what we're doing. Pardon me, I don't quite believe it, but it is what it is. Again, apparently Arsenal and Liverpool are keeping tabs on the situation of Levi Colwill as the 20-year-old's Chelsea prospect's future remains undecided. I think Chelsea would be crazy to make an imminent decision on him. He's doing well at Brighton. He's a left-sided centre-half. Wouldn't probably make sense moving to Arsenal or Liverpool right now, but I think he's a really good player. I'd get it done if we could, but we've got Kyrgios, Gabriel now. I'm not too sure it makes sense for him to stay here, and I don't think it makes sense for them to sell the 20-year-old right now. He'll return to Stamford Bridge in the summer. Obviously, Chelsea got a bunch of players on the books. Graham Potter did bring him to Brighton before he done the race, so maybe there is something there, people. Cesc Fabregas has been pictured at London Coley with Jack Wilshere. You know, apparently at the end of this season, he'll retire and embark on his own coaching endeavors with a dream to manage Arsenal and Barcelona one day, one of the two. Bring him in, man. Bring the man home. Bring the man home, people. Newcastle have been linked with Balogun. First, it was Tierney. Now it's Balogun. Newcastle United are reportedly considering a summer transfer window move for highly rated young Arsenal striker Balogun. We better add Premier League, English tax, and then some more unknown hidden charges, really and truly, for the 21-year-old. He joined an exciting project at Newcastle. They've got a fetish for bringing out good strikers. Being a striker for Newcastle, them fans there know their strikers. So it'd be good for Balogun. If we're not getting top money, forget about it. But with his contract up in 2025, with it being 2023, within the next 12 to 18 months, we need to make a decision. It wouldn't surprise me if Newcastle and a bunch of clubs are monitoring the interests of him. As you can see here, they've been linked with Vlahovic, having just brought in Isaac, maybe striker as well as left back, are 2 areas Newcastle are trying to improve on. Finally, apparently Arsenal are facing an FA charge over our celebrations of Bournemouth. I mean, celebration police, VAR not doing their jobs. Certain players that lose 7-0 at Anfield, you know, can push linesmen and they're not being subjected to anything. So, yeah, man, middle fingers to the celebration police or anyone that's got a problem. Rules are rules. If the technical staff overstep their mark, fair enough, we'll have to hold that. But it is what it is, man. I don't think I or any Arsenal fan gives a flying monkeys about that. So with that being said, please let me know your opinions of the discussions and talking points we've gone over. Make sure you're subscribing. Most importantly, stay blessed, stay safe. Appreciate the support of my channel. Appreciative to you lot for listening. Don't forget to hit the like button. Most importantly, stay in good health, stay blessed, and we'll link up again soon.
Always just that active red light. defending. I've been given like